Richard Lee from Stockradar. Just now I want to take you through the signals that I generate and that I use in my trade plan so you can hopefully understand those. So I have 3 buy setups and only 1 exit. It's a very simple trade plan with simple rules. Okay. So firstly we have 1 is the trend reversal, which is a buy and weakness setup. 2, a kilo reversal, which is also a buy and weakness setup. And number 3 is a new high, which is a buy strength and momentum setup, one of my favourite setups, especially in a bull market. So these are all simple, reliable, high probability market edge signals. Okay. Exit, there is 1 exit, the stop profit and stop loss. Okay, so it's the only exit I have. Okay, now just to recap, to make a bit of sense of what I do, I'm a fairly basic analyst. I look at the price and volume, and that gives me most of my information. Prices move in cycles of uptrend, which is demand over supply. Then you get a distribution, which is at the highs, which is where demand equals supply and occurs at price highs as supply begins to balance the demand. Okay, then it switches to a downtrend where supply overcomes demand, and then we get to an accumulation phase down the bottom where demand equals supply, because at price lows as demand begins to balance supply, and the cycle goes on back into uptrend. So this is where the pendulum swings between those 4 items, those 4 cycle parts. Okay, now to go through the first one, the trend reversal up. This is a price behaviour. And it's where prices switch from lower lows and lower highs to higher lows and higher highs at this point here. That is what we call a trend reversal. So it's where we go from downtrend to uptrend. And there's a very, very strong signal. It signals a demand and shift from sellers to buyers and occurs at low in the price cycle. And this gives me a very good indication of prices turning. Okay, my second signal is not that different, but it will occur usually at a previous support level. Kilo reversal, price is supported at previous support levels. Okay, so what we have here, we have a lowest hidden price, a rally, no problem there, comes back down, it comes back down to the same spot. Okay, now at this point here, I'm getting pretty interested because support occurs here, and also if we get some volume buying here, that's a good indication that potentially we may have a reversal on our hands. So at this point here, I then look for the situation of, I'll be looking for normally a clear resistance level, but if I get a slight trend reversal pattern above here where the higher low and a higher high occurs, that will trigger my kilo reversal. So it's not perhaps as strict as a trend reversal, but it gives me a very good indication of support. Plus the beauty of this one, and I like, is I've got big support below it, which reduces my risk enormously on this trade. Okay, so again, demand is shifting from sellers to buyers and occurs at a major support zone. So these are my 2 buy and weakness signals. Okay, thirdly, one of my favourite signals is the new high, a new weekly high in my situation because I run a weekly model. It's a continuation of the prevailing trend. Now, why does it happen and why do I use it? So often we're in an uptrend in the market and I will get stopped out. Okay, my stop will go off. My predetermined stop is triggered. Now, at this stage, the market can do one of 3 things, which you'll see in the next slide. It can go up, sideways, or down. I'm really only interested as a trader in the buy. Now, if this market just turns around, I get stopped out, but it turns around, it goes up and makes a new weekly high, I will buy it every time with my predetermined stop again. So that's what I call a momentum swing high and a resumption of demand. It just means I've protected myself here just in case this market comes down, and it could go down. But in this instance it goes back up, so I rebuy the new high. So now let's look at the signals and how they work together. So if I look at which actually makes up the Stockradar strategy. So if I look at this, or firstly we'll go through the exit, of course. The exit is a stop profit or stop loss. It predetermines risk on all trades. It's initially set at a predetermined percentage below the entry price and is never ever moved down. And it follows the price. As the price goes higher, the stop goes higher as well. Okay, and that's where I can lock in my profit. Okay, but I also know, because of my predetermined percentage below the entry price, what my risk is on any one trade. Okay, and that's the maximum I can ever lose. So the trailing stop follows a rising price by a predetermined amount. Protect profits by trailing higher. So that's my one single exit. Okay, so now let's look at the three signals as they work together to form a complete trading strategy. So firstly here I've got an uptrend, which will probably be triggered. I will have had a trend reversal or a key low reversal here, which will have got me into this trending phase. And hopefully, by the look of this, I'm still in the trend because my stop is now up here. Okay, so I've run from up here, I've got a stop up here, and I've been taken out. Okay, by my predetermined stop loss. I've locked in my profit. Okay, so one of three things can happen here. It can turn around and go back and make a new high, as we saw in the new high slide. So the new weekly high triggers a buy again. Or secondly, you can go sideways, which means I'm going to be staying neutral because it's not trending up. Or thirdly, you can go down, and being neutral is good because I'm not losing money. And from down here, you will either get another trend reversal or a key low reversal to signal an upswing. So we're going through this cycle of uptrend, distribution, for the downtrend here, downtrend, and there will be an accumulation phase down here, which will initiate an uptrend phase. So that's the cycles it goes through, and these three signals work together to form a complete trading strategy and capitalise on those cycles in the market. Okay, so that's the end of my buy signal, of my signals, and then the next video I'll be doing will be actually how this website works and how to go through the website. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks very much.